Derek Carr's reported shoulder injury has pushed the New Orleans Saints into a corner. Drafting a quarterback in 2025 is no longer just an option, it's a necessity. The news, leaked just as the draft looms, has upended the Saints' previous plans, which favored picking Shedeur Sanders with the 9th overall selection. Until now, the idea was to find a developing quarterback while Carr would at least start the season as the veteran signal caller. With Carr now likely out for the entire year after surgery, the urgency has skyrocketed. The shift in urgency is already evident in the betting markets. Earlier in the week, the Saints were heavy favorites to draft a quarterback at plus 300 odds, but after the Carr news broke, those odds shifted to 105. This indicates that the league recognizes New Orleans is now under pressure to grab a quarterback in the first round, possibly even moving up in the draft order if they want to secure Sanders or a similar prospect. Teams ahead in the draft gain additional leverage because if the Saints decide to shift their target upward, those teams know Sanders or Jackson Dart could be available. The situation is even more complicated because the Saints never really saw Carr as their long-term answer. He was meant to be a temporary bridge, with Sanders seen as the ideal future starter, a plan that rested on having a veteran guide during the rookie's learning curve. With Carr's injury, drafting a quarterback in the first round becomes a riskier proposition. A rookie might be forced to start right away, or else be stashed away and miss valuable developmental time, an option that new head coach Kellen Moore might not be thrilled about. In a perfect scenario, the Saints could draft Sanders and use him as a long-term project, perhaps even allowing him to sit for a year behind a veteran like Spencer Rattler or Jake Haener. But the new reality is messier. With Carr's injury, the Saints have fewer established options for the 2025 season. The pressure is on to draft a quarterback who could make an immediate impact while building for the future, even if that means settling for a player who isn't a perfect fit right out of the gate. Ultimately, the draft has suddenly become a must-win situation for New Orleans. The league now knows that the Saints are desperate for a quarterback solution, which could force them to take a risk in the first round. Whether they land Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart, or another option remains to be seen, but the message is clear. With Carr sidelined, the Saints must secure a quarterback sooner rather than later. The quarterback situation for the New Orleans Saints has taken on urgent new dimensions after reports surfaced that starter Derek Carr is now dealing with a shoulder injury that may require surgery, putting his availability for the 2025 season in serious doubt. According to NFL Network,